Hey, good afternoon. It's XBT Trading, Bitcoin futures for our trading recap of Wednesday, May 16th. We'll take a look at from the beginning of the Globex to the end of the regular trading session today and see how the market turned out. We knew going into the Globex that we had initial support at 84.30 to 85.26 with an initial resistance zone above it at 85.60 to 85.80. We're in all time frames a bearish market. So we wanted to see who would take control, buyers or sellers. We thought that initial resistance, if touched, would be a place that responsive sellers would jump in, and that was kind of our thoughts going into the open. So let's see how today played out. Last night, going into the Globex, we did exactly that. We tapped initial resistance here, which set us up for a short position. Now, that right there off the get-go was probably the trade of the day. If you're looking, as we said, our bias is short. If we hit that first time resistance zone, we have a low risk trade where we can go short and put our stop somewhere just beyond the 85-80 zone. So you're looking at 20 points for a possible 2-to-1, 40 points. And the trade turned out to be exactly much more than that. So we'll look what happened here. We came down and stopped exactly at the bottom of that initial support. Now this would have been a place you could have gotten out because you would have been over 100-point gain. So that's fine too. If you wanted to, this market actually gave you a second chance here, as we almost remember that support becomes resistance. And again, this 85.26 was almost tapped. It never made it quite that high. If you wanted to anticipate a short here, that could have been taken with a stop just above the 80.26 level, with looking for a 2-to-1 return. At 21.15, big sell side volume came in. We broke that initial support, didn't give it this is a classic consolidation and remember, we're looking at the 15-minute bars. So this is a classic consolidation for about an hour, 45 minutes, and then boom, doesn't give a thought as it slices right through our 82.78 to 83.34 support zone, where it starts to, again, we had good volume here. No reason. Now look, if we're still short from one of these two positions, we want to look at how we're going into this support zone, this second support zone here. There's really no reason to get out at this point. With the way that this is setting up, we tap, 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 we're not going higher, and you could, again, what you would do is, or one way that you could look at this is, if we don't break down, you can certainly get out of this position around this 83.70 area. But as we see, we consolidated in a classic bear flag, and then we broke down again. So as we're looking here, we're on big volume, and again, there's no reason to sell out at this position. We can look and see how we enter. Again, it's very important how we enter these zones. The 81.50 here to 82.31 support zone was coming, we're hitting that with big contract volume. So again, there's no reason to pull out at this point. Now, as we approach the bottom of the zone, the 81.50 mark, we can see that we went a little past it, actually to 30, and then again settled down and closed right at it. Obviously, a great point to take profit. So if you're getting in at this 85.60 level, and let's say 85, we'll say 81.60, so there's a clear 400 points per contract in that move. Now look, Another reason that you would want to look at getting out at this position as well is market exhaustion and day range exhaustion. We've moved down some 700 points from the high of yesterday afternoon, or excuse me, from the end of the Globex session to that 8130 low. So odds are with you that now, again, with an exhaustion move like this, we are going against the grain, but this would be a position that I would not have a problem putting on, because I would initiate it here as we got back into the zone. I would set my stop somewhere below this 8130 area and look for a 2-for-1 again. And such, we come up, we hold around again the top of this important zone, and then with volume we gap up. And again, no sense in selling at this point as the contract volume is coming in and slicing up above the 83.34 top zone. And then we do tap again initial support, which becomes resistance, and right here would be a good place to get out. Now, you could initiate a short position here if you wanted. Not at this point. The key thoughts of the day were shorting the market at initial resistance, first tap, a second chance here at the top of the initial support, and then riding it down into our final support zone of the day. Now, saying that, we could go against the grain, take our long position here because of range exhaustion and with a very modest risk to reward profile. I mean, we set our stop below that 8130 and certainly would get our 2-to-1 if we sold back up into the what was initial support. So I hope you all traded well today, that you took advantage of the two main trades that we were given, and both happened to be in the Globex session. Not a whole lot to if you're trading the regular trading hours today, there you could again, our bias is still short, so we want to be skeptical of any long position and be really certain of it. As you can see, we stop out here at this level today, and we chop most of the day between 82.50 and 83.50. So not a whole lot going on in the regular trading session. So again, hope you caught one of the two runs today, and I'll be with you again shortly with the trading plan for tomorrow.